Hey guys, how you doing? It's Gavin here, and as you can see by the title of this video is intermittent fasting for you? Okay, and I'm going to explain to you my thoughts on that. Okay, so I'm Gavin. I'm a personal trainer, functional agent specialist, and sports nutrition coach. Okay, and I'm a co-founder of the Growing Younger program, which is pretty awesome. And if you're interested in the Growing Younger program, leave us a comment down below, Growing Younger, and I will send you a message to tell you all about it. And what we do, okay, we help people over the age of 45 who have injuries, who are struggling with being overweight, who are on the verge of a lifestyle-related disease like diabetes or high blood pressure, high cholesterol. And what we do, we provide you with an exercise and a nutritional solution under the guidance of Alex, a physiotherapist, to make sure that the program is right for you. And we help you lose weight, get stronger, get fitter, and live a more healthy, functional life. Okay, we simply provide you with a strategy for healthy aging, which is pretty cool. And what we do, okay, is we make sure that everything that we do lend itself to keeping you young, fit as we possibly can. And any strategy to help you do that, okay? Because as you get older, you do things slightly differently. Sorry, a bit wobbly here. Right, so obviously you can see the title is the intermittent fasting. So there's tons and tons of dieting fads out there, and diets earn their place as a diet because they help people lose weight, essentially, right? And there's different ways of eating. And being overweight myself, I've done tons of these diets, right? And there are three that I really like. I do like intermittent fasting. And I could go into that in a second. Okay, I've got some notes just here, right? So the first thing I want to establish, okay, is that regardless of any dieting protocol you do, you need to make sure that you can do it forever or long term, right? It needs to restrict calories. It needs to be healthy. You need to eat more natural foods for a start, okay? You need to be able to do those three things. If you can't sustain it for more than a couple of weeks because it's too hard and too painful, too restrictive, you shouldn't do it, okay? With intermittent fasting is really cool because you can kind of not change much about your diet whatsoever and you can still lose weight, right? But you obviously, down the track, you need to make sure that you're eating a healthy, balanced diet. That goes without saying. And to highlight the point that calories do actually matter, and you do need the calories are really important. I've had a client that came to me before who was actually intermittent fasting and couldn't lose any weight. And when we looked into it, it turned out she was eating in her feeding window, which is where you eat in intermittent fasting, thousands of calories, okay? And just because she was intermittent fasting doesn't mean she's going to lose weight, because the overall calories she was consuming in the day, even in the small window, were too much. They were, she was eating too many calories, which means she's going to gain weight. So if you've seen some of my videos before, I talk about MyFitnessPal and how it's such a fantastic tool to track and be mindful about what you're doing. And there was I did a video about comparing 2 blocks of cheese, all right? And you can see that video just a couple behind this one. And go and have a look at it, and it'll put all this into perspective, okay? But you do need to sort of track your calories, and I do maintain that calories are the actual overall determining factor. But intermittent fasting, really cool, right? So essentially, I've got some notes here, so don't forget anything. You do need to keep your calories under control, as I just talked about. So benefits of intermittent fasting. It actually strengthens your cells to help you to live, I'm not going to say longer, but there are studies that have been done and that increases longevity. And the reason it does that is because when you fast for periods of time, your body gets put into a certain amount of stress. It's a kind of a good stress. So it's like when you go into the gym and you're using weights, it's good stress on the muscle. And when you body puts into good stress, it actually strengthens your body, strengthens your cells, right? It's all it's not a really bad thing. So what it does is that when you fast, your body gets into a bit of stress, and what it does when it eats afterwards and recovers, you kind of strengthen your body against an uncomfortable situation. I mean, intermittent fast isn't actually uncomfortable; it's actually not too bad. And so what it does is it helps increase longevity, which studies have been done around that. Okay. So it controls your eating habits, okay? So if you did nothing else whatsoever, apart from cut out your breakfast, you'd probably save yourself 400 calories over the course of a day. Build that up over the course of a week, you're looking at, a couple of thousand calories there. So you're going to start to lose weight just by missing out breakfast, okay? But you do need to make sure that the rest of your diet is in pretty good check. And what it also does, it puts your body into something called a kind of forced ketosis. So ketosis is you do the keto diet, literally where your body runs out of fuel, i.e. sugar from carbohydrates, and where it starts producing ketones to give you a source of energy. And the ketones are metabolized through fat, so it tries to use up your fat cells, so it lends itself to fat loss, which is really, really cool. And it boosts your metabolism, right? So as you've been in this kind of good stress, it makes your metabolism fight a little bit harder, and you lose it, and you speeds up your metabolism. It's not a massive amount. It's not going to change the world. It's not a magic solution whatsoever. But it's a very, very good tool to help you lose weight. So, you got to think of there's lots of different types of intermittent fasting. Okay, and the one I kind of choose is the 16-8 model, where you fast for 16 hours and you eat for a period of time. And the reason I choose that one is because it's easy to do for most people. So the 16 hours that you're fasting for, you pretty much sleep 8 to 10 of them. So let's just say you finish your last meal at 7 p.m, which allows you to have dinner with your family. And then you're not going to eat anything then until 11 o'clock in the morning. I think that's 16 hours, yeah. And 11 o'clock in the morning is around about morning tea and early lunch. Okay, then you can have your first sort of meal there. So you missed out breakfast and everything else. And when you get there, you have your lunch. And then you eat continuously through, or you eat meals from 11 till 7, so you've only got an 8-hour feeding window. And what that does is, it actually, for that period of 8 hours, you actually feel quite full, because when you've eaten your meals and your snacks and everything else, you actually feel quite full, quite satisfied. And then you last meal is at 7 o'clock, let's say you go to bed at 10, 3 hours before, you tend to sleep better because you haven't got a lot of stuff in your stomach. And you'll feel really, really good. And what I found when I do intermittent fasting is that my workouts get better. I have a little bit more energy as well, which is really, really cool. I know I intermittent fast periodically throughout the year, depending on my goals. But you mustn't overindulge in the feeding window either. Okay, you shouldn't just go blow out in those 8 hours. And what happens is, that's pretty much the downside. Some people don't change their diet to make it healthy. They just literally go hard out. They're starving at 11 o'clock and they eat the first piece of crap that comes their way, and then you're not going to lose weight. So you're going to be starving yourself for a period of time, and you're not going to find the results because you're literally eating crap food. So what I maintain you do is, as I always say, is use MyFitnessPal as well as a guide, right? So find out what you're doing. I've gone on with these videos before, and then you just go through intermittent fasting, track your calories anyway, regardless, and then you're going to know. Then you can work things out. It's really, really easy. Okay, it's really, really effective. And I said these are strategies I help our clients with in the Growing Younger program, depending on where they are in the program. So if you do want to know a bit more about the Growing Younger program, just leave a comment below, type in Growing Younger, and I'll get back to you, right? So is intermittent fasting for you? It depends. I mean, do you if you don't mind skipping breakfast in the morning, if you don't mind waiting until 11 o'clock to have your first meal, it's a really, really good way to reduce your calories a little bit. And without doing too much, without changing too much, you're literally skipping your first meal of the day, right? What it's also going to do as well, it's going to help you understand your hunger, because what you find, you drink lots of water, and a lot of times our hunger is triggered by thirst. So if you drink lots of water, you probably find, like I do, is if I drink lots of water through the morning, I'm actually not that hungry anyway. So now, as I've gone through it all, being overweight, I tend not, if I don't fancy breakfast, I won't eat breakfast, and I'll just have water. And then when I'm a bit more in tune with my hunger, and then I'm able to have something when I'm hungry, not because it's breakfast time I feel I should. And it helps you establish a routine. So a lot of things as well, you need to establish a routine with yourself. You need to be disciplined for yourself, because then it's all regimented. If you got a normal kind of job, you start your first meal at 11 and you eat it, and you finish at 7, and that's where your feeding window is, and it allows you to have lunch with your colleagues and family and friends, and you can have dinner with your family, which is really cool. Okay, again, it stimulates brain function as well, and there's been studies done by the Society of Neuroscience, and they reveal that intermittent fasting may have an enormous implication for brain health. Okay, so if you're getting older, feel you're getting slower, it really, really does help. Okay, but it's not something that happens overnight. You need to do it as you go along. It's really cool. Again, boost your immune system, as I've just spoken about, as it helps with longevity, because it puts you into stress. Your body sort of gets a tolerance to being under this stress, and build itself to bolster this other thing. So it's really, really cool, right? Helps you with your skin tone, so if you're getting wrinkles and stuff like that, it helps rejuvenate the skin, okay, because of all the things I talk about. It strengthens your cells in your body. So it's really, really good tool, right? but it isn't the magic solution, and it isn't going to work unless you work. All right. So, like I said, track on MyFitnessPal, so you know how many calories you need. Then do the intermittent fasting. And like I said, 16/8 is the one I recommend. There are others you can completely not eat on one day on a Sunday. And eat normally through the day. Cuts out, whatever your daily average calories are, 2,000 calories. Cut that out over a week, and that's what you want to do. But I prefer to do it periodically through the week. So I think that's it from me. Yep, so I've done all my notes, tidy up. So that's it. It's been a bit fast for you. I don't know. Give it a try. You say you're never going to know until you try it. And like I said, it's not a BS diet. It's a legitimate diet that I believe can do long term. You can absolutely do this long term. There's no reason why not. And you can absolutely make it work for you as well. You can change those 16/8 hours all the way around. And let's just say you fancy breakfast on the weekend, you can have breakfast on the weekend. What's the worst that's going to happen? No, it's all going to be good. But the 5 days, it's going to be really good for you. So something to try, something to think about. Give it a crack. What's the worst that'll happen? And that's it from me. Okay, so I'm going to do, as I always do in these videos as well, it's been really cool. Got a really good response from it. Is if you leave a comment, growing younger below, or send me a personal message, I don't mind either or. I can give you a free personal training session and a nutritional consultation as well, all for free. That's worth $150. And Alex will do a Discover Your Inner Youth session. So like I say, we talk about aging. Your body essentially could be older than your calendar age or your passport age, and we're going to find the discrepancy. Excuse me. So that's it. Comment down below. You're going to learn some really cool stuff. We'll go over some of your nutrition, look how your eating habits are, give you some pointers, give you some exercise pointers. Alex will give you some pointers for the how to stay nice and young, and you'll be your way to go. And then you'll be obviously the Growing Younger program if it's right for you. It may not be, but obviously you come away with some good stuff anyway. So it's a bit of a win-win for you anyway. So leave a comment down below, and we or PM me. I'm happy either or, and we'll be in touch really, really soon. So that's it for me, guys. As always, you got to start afresh, because if you don't make a change today, how will tomorrow be any different? Cheers.